Good morning, everyone. My name is Krista Wiley. Today, we're going to go over Zoom mechanics. I hope you guys are ready for this class. I know that I am going to try and teach it to the best of my abilities, and we're going to see if you guys are able to see screens. As we go through this, I'm going to make sure that everybody is able to share their screen. They know how to host. They know how to give back host. There's a lot of different features when it comes to Zoom other than just plugging in the number and attending. So if I share my screen real quick, let's see. All right, if I share my screen, can you guys see I don't know if you guys can see the bar at the bottom. Can you guys see the bar at the bottom? Can you guys see the chat box that I have open? You guys feel free to unmute too. If not, I'm gonna have to take a picture and do it.
I don't see any what you're saying.
No, okay. No problem. I'm gonna go ahead and
the only thing that is of any type that I can see is your stop screen little thing on the very top center. That's all I see.
Okay. No, that's not it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a screenshot, and we're just going to go through this as screenshots so that way you guys can see what my screen looks like.
Hey, I have a question on that. When you hit share screen, are you selecting like only program, or are you selecting desktop? I know there's two options.
Here, let me go back and I'll take a screenshot for that as well so I can show you guys.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You guys, I want to make sure we're going to get all the bugs, all the kinks. I want you guys to feel very comfortable in doing this. Okay, and then we're going to go share screen. And, okay. Okay, so you guys can see my screen again, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the very first thing you guys are going to do is you guys are going to see, this is what you're going to be looking at, right? This is the screen that you guys are going to be looking at as your, like when you are the host, okay? You are going to see all of these things down at the bottom, right? Share screen, pause, stop. Well, yours is going to say recording, but because this is recording, it says pause or stop, reactions, apps, whiteboards, so on and so forth. You guys are going to click this button right here that says share screen, not the arrow, just click share screen. Once you guys click share screen, this screen is going to pop up and it says screen, whiteboard, iPhone, iPad, or any of the pages that you may have open. I just clicked screen. Now the whiteboard option is pretty cool because then you can like write stuff. It's really good if you were like tutoring or if you were like trying to show a diagram, or I have actually done like a Pictionary game once, and so it was really cool. We could do like whiteboard and somebody could draw pictures and everybody in the chat box was guessing what the picture was. So that was a cool, fun game to do. For anybody that might be doing, you know, upcoming on our new schedule, we have some fun, not travel stuff. So that's, you know, a fun game that can be played too. And you guys can use the whiteboard. So you're going to go ahead and just click screen. Well, screen.
Krista?
Yeah.
One thing I have noticed myself, if you're working, obviously, if the single screen, yeah, you're going to have that. But for people like me who have two monitors, you'll have to make sure, obviously, you select the right monitor.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So we're just talking one screen. We're not going to dive too crazy into that. So just screen or pick the correct screen, right? So then it's already going to be highlighted, and then you're just going to click share. Once you do that, this is what your screen's going to look like, or whatever happens to be on your screen. Mine just happens to be the Zoom meeting. But down here, this is what you're going to see: mute, start video, security, participants, chat, new share, pause, share, annotate, remote control, apps, and more. So you guys can also see that's what the chat box looks like when it's up on your screen. And as you guys could see, my chat box was up, but you guys could not see the chat box. So that's super helpful during presentations. Now, who here is going to be doing presentations this upcoming month? Because there's a couple of things I want to go over. Okay, Brittany. So Brittany, when you log into our Zoom, the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going, perfect, Sheila. So anybody, this is really good for you. So the first thing that you're going to do when you get into the presentation is you're going to want to make sure everybody's muted. Okay. You're going to want to make sure they're all muted, and let me go ahead and that's not the right button. I have too many and like trying to click the picture of it. Okay. Let me go ahead and take some screenshots so you guys can see. Let's see.
So basically with us being the presenter, we have master control over everything, correct?
Yes. So you guys are, let me go ahead and, okay. So what you guys are going to do is, let me get rid of this screen. The first thing you guys are going to do when you pull up when you get into the presentation is you are going to pull up the participants list. Okay. So this is the participants list. The next thing that you're going to do after you pull up the participants list is a box will pop up that says mute all current and new participants. You're going to unclick this button. So if this is blue, people can talk, they can unmute themselves. So you guys are going to want to make sure that's the very first thing you're going to want to do, because when you log in, as people start logging in and connecting to audio, you're going to hear a lot of backfeed. And if you don't do this, this is when people start talking to each other. So make sure that you, very first thing is you log in, and then you guys click participant, and then you're going to click allow participants to unmute themselves, and then yes, and then everybody will be muted. So that's your very first step. Pretty self-explanatory. So that's step one, right? Going into participants and muting. Now, the next thing that you guys are going to do for presentations is you guys are going to go to security. Let me get rid of that. Yeah. The next thing you guys are going to do is go into security. So down here at the bottom left, you guys all see where it says security. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to, and it's going to be different because this Zoom is set up a little bit differently, but you are going to, this one will have already unchecked because you muted everybody. You're going to uncheck start video. See how it's checked? You guys are going to uncheck that. That's so they can't create, that's so they can't turn on their video. Hi, Destiny. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to unmute themselves. I mean, that one's already going to be unclicked. The next one you're going to click is start video because you don't want them to turn on their video. I know some people leave the video on, some people turn it off. I personally turn it off because I figure if I turn it off, then I don't have to worry about people holding up signs or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, people doing inappropriate things on the camera, I don't have to worry about that because I turned their video off. I also turn off their whiteboards. I don't know why. I don't know if they could do anything, but I turn it off. Brittany, did you have a question? I saw you unmuted yourself.
Sorry, I am trying to get it connected on my computer and I forgot that I was still in Destiny's thing, so
Oh, okay.
ignore me for a second.
That's why I was like, hi, Destiny. Okay, so the very first thing you guys did was you went in, you muted everybody. The next thing you went in was you went in and you made sure that they couldn't start their video, right? And so that's something that you guys turning off, this will already be off. Now, when I do the presentation, I welcome everyone. Hey, everybody, thank you so much. We appreciate you for being here for this informational meeting. Go ahead and please go into your name and rename yourself if it says something like iPhone, Samsung, Android user, Zoom user, get whatever. Go in there and change your names, right? You guys, I give them a couple of minutes. I walk them through how to change their names. After they have had plenty of time to change their names, whether they've changed them or not, I come in here again and I unclick this, rename themselves. You guys, you know, I'm sure some of you guys have seen comments where somebody's like, oh my God, they changed their name or they did inappropriate things. You guys, I don't allow anybody to do that. I don't let anybody have any of those opportunities because I'm not going to be derailed by whatever. So I take all of that ability away. They can't show their picture. They can't rename themselves. They can't unmute themselves. And they can only chat when I allow them to, and they can only chat to me. So that kind of gets away from any inappropriateness. So any questions on how to mute people? Any questions on how to deal with the security stuff in here?
How do you set that only to you chat up?
I'm going to go over that in a minute too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, since we're here, I'm going to go through this as well under security. Right here, you guys see where it says lock meeting, enable waiting room, hide profile pictures. You guys can do that too. Sometimes I'll check this one so it hides profile pictures so people can't log out, log in, and put up inappropriate pictures. Now you guys have probably all been to Zoom meetings where you'll see that it says you're in the waiting room, please wait to be let in. Or you guys have seen the messages that say meeting has been locked. Now, we don't lock our meetings very often. The only time that we do lock our meetings is if they're very, like they're meetings that we don't want people to come in halfway through. They need to be there on time, right? We're trying to, there's accountability, there's, some responsibility in this. And so, for instance, Amy, when she does goal setting, right? She locks her meetings about 5 minutes in. When I'm doing my, my beginning team building and those sorts of things, I lock my meeting because they need to be there from beginning to end, because I don't want them to come in middle of the meeting and say, oh, hey, I was late. Can you go over what you already went over, right? That's not fair to the people that were on time. It's not fair to people, that I go back over everything we already went over. So that is where you lock the meeting if you want to. Now, a couple of our Zoom numbers that we use, they have a waiting room already enabled. And so if you guys want to disable the waiting room, you guys can come to security and do that here under enable waiting room. You guys can also remove participants in here. So lots of really cool stuff you guys can do here from security. Now, let's go on to the next thing, which is going to be the chat. So let me go ahead and open the chat. Okay. So you guys, I have to print the screen. I have to screenshot it and then pull it up for you. So right here, you guys, when you pull up the chat box, there's the three little dots right here. And this is participants can chat with no one, host and co-host, everyone, and anyone directly. Okay, when you guys open up for presentations, it's already going to be set for host and co-host, but I always go in and double check because I just don't ever trust anything. So that's one of the things that I go check. So I always go in, as soon as I log in, I mute everybody. I go to security and I disable the things that I don't want them to have access to. Then I go over to chat and make sure that it's on host and co-host. Now, the chat is always my last thing, only because it's already set up that way. So I shouldn't have to worry about it, but I go double check it as my third step. So you're going to go right here to host and co-host. And then people can only chat with you or the co-host. Make sense?
Krista, is there a way where that we can see that box all the time? Or is it always just down on the bottom and then it will show that there's like 3 or 4 people asking you a question? Is there a way to see them when they pop up?
I leave my chat box open.
So, okay, but when I was using this, I was not able to see the bottom part of my screen to show that there was chats. I have to keep clicking back and forth on it. Is there a way that bar is there all the time?
Yes, it is control. Hold on, and I'll tell you because I have to find it sometimes. Hiding. Control Alt Shift H. Control Alt Shift H. Okay, so if you do that, so if you go to more, and I'll go through them, let me screenshot more for you so you guys can see it. Hopefully my screen's not getting too combobulated. Let's see. Okay, see right here under more, I clicked on more, and then it says hide floating meeting controls. Before I unhid them, it said unhide floating meeting controls.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And like I said, I can give anybody, once I go through all of this, I can give anybody host that wants host to work on some things to ask. Now, while I'm in this more tab, this is also where you can, you know how when you want to play a video during the presentation, there's a video from the suppliers. And if you don't share your sound, people won't hear it. They'll see it, but they won't be able to hear it. So before you play that video, click more and then share sound. Now I'll show you one other place that you can do this, but this is if you're in the meeting and you've forgotten to do it. So go ahead and click more and then share sound. And then that's what, and then they'll be able to hear the video, whatever videos you're playing on your computer. So not a whole lot that you do in more, but you can do that hiding floating meeting controls and share your sound. You can also pause and stop your recording and reactions, but you can do that over here as well. Okay, questions about that? What we can do in the more side of things? Nope. Okay. Close some of this. All right. Now we're going to go over, let's see, I went over security, went over participants, chat, remote control. Let me see. Okay, so I am going to show you this, and this is not something that you're going to do. This is not something that you guys are going to necessarily do in the presentation, but there are times where you're going to do this. Let's say you're on a one-on-one with with one of your agents, right? And they can't figure out something, okay? You can give them host, and then they can give mouse keyboard control to you. So so that way, let's say I'm like, God, Deb, I can't figure this out. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can give mouse control to Deb, and Deb would be able to control my computer from her mouse. So that's super helpful when you're dealing, especially with your agents, not so much a presentation, but there has been times where I've needed to take control of my, agent's screen, just because it's easier to do some things. So understanding the mouse keyboard control, that's right here under remote control. So that's that button. Now the apps, there's an apps button, and that's just going to allow you control. If you sign in, you can get into Zoom apps and stuff, but I've never found a need for that. But that is something that some people use. There's something else I want to show you real fast. Actually, I don't need to take a screenshot of this. I can just show you guys. Share screen. So when I was showing you guys the okay, on here, when you guys go to share the screen, remember how I said about share sound, there's another place that you can do it. It's right here on the when you click share screen and this screen shows up right here where it says share sound. You guys can click that button in the beginning as well, but if you forget, you know that other way that you can do it. So there is that other button for share sound. All right. So that is, now let me show you, there is also, because this sometimes gets people when they, Deb, are you on your computer?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do something real fast. Print screen. Okay. Let me share my screen real fast and then I'll show you guys. So when you pull this up, you guys can click on people's names and it will highlight this. And you guys may or may not have already seen this, but for the sake of Zoom mechanics, we're going to go through everything. If you click on somebody's name and click more, it says chat, ask to start video, pin, make host, rename, allow to record local files, allow to multi-pin, put in waiting room, remove, and report. Okay, let's just say by some grace of God, somebody on a presentation has made it through all of your whatever safe holds and they're creating crazies, right? You guys can remove them. And then it's just it's a couple of buttons and clicks, and then you guys can remove them and they won't be able to come back to the meeting. If, let's say, you guys are doing a meeting that you are the host. Let's say you guys decide with your team you're going to invite Charles Lee to be a guest host, right? He logs into your meeting just like everyone else. He doesn't log in as a host. You're the host, but you allow him to unmute and he's talking. Well, if somebody accidentally unmutes, it's going to go to their screen and you're going to lose Charles. So what you can do is you can click pin and then you'll be able to, you guys can see my screen, right?
No.
Oh man, sorry. I got really excited and then realized I'm like, wait, I can't see the controls. I didn't share my screen. Okay, sorry. Let me try again. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it says chat, ask to start video, pin, make host, rename. Anyway, so you guys, so Charles is talking, right? But somebody else accidentally unmutes. you want to pin him. So in case somebody else unmutes, it doesn't flick between two different people. So you can pin him to the screen so it won't change.
Yeah, maybe we can, that'll be fine. I'll tell her that. And
Okay. So you guys can pin, make host, rename, allow to multi-pin, allow to record local files, put in waiting room. So you guys can put people in waiting rooms too. I don't know a specific reason you would put somebody in the waiting room, but you could. Remove and report. So that's where those functions are going to be.
So Krista?
Uh-huh.
So that pin feature, isn't that much like how on Facebook, when you want to keep a certain one of your posts up on the very top, it's kind of the same feature in a way?
Yeah, so watch, I'm gonna participant and I'm gonna go to hi, Miss Amy.
Hi.
Sorry, I ignored your phone call.
I forgot.
Okay, let's see. Let me share. What is going on? Stop share. Okay, so I've now. So this is me, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to Deb and I'm going to pin Deb. So now you guys all now on your guys' screen, because I can't share it, but on your guys' screen, does it say Deb Thurkelson?
I don't see it, Krista.
Oh wait, did she leave? No, she's here. Right? Yeah, she's here.
It's
What is
showing
it?
Amy's picture.
Okay. So if Deb were to talk, for instance.
Okay, I'll talk.
Talk. Now
Okay.
stay unmuted. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Tanya, unmute.
I'm sorry, I got a call that came in and I had to take.
Oh, no, you're fine. So, all right, let me see. Can somebody else unmute as well as Deb?
There you go.
Okay. So Deb stayed up, right? Did Deb stay up on the screen?
No,
Even
you
though-
have both of my pictures are up on the screen right now, Krista.
Hold on. So if Deb was talking and I muted myself, she should stay up on the screen.
She's not up on the screen at all. It's
No, it's-
my picture.
Yeah.
Now she's
And
up.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
talk
while
now,
she's
will it pop up?
talking. So anyways, in theory, when you pin someone as they're talking, I don't think maybe it must not register it when they're not talking. Add pin. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong person. So when they're talking, it'll keep them up on the screen. So I guess when they're not talking, it doesn't, but it at least keeps them pinned when they're talking. But honestly, you guys are never going to have to probably do that, because most of the time you guys are going to be doing a training where you're talking. Most of the time you're going to be doing a presentation when you're talking. So the biggest things are just understanding how to turn things off, so nobody can undo that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, Deb, I'm going to give you host, because I want you to, so Deb is officially the host. I don't have the host capabilities anymore. And so now Deb's host. So Deb, I don't know if you want to work on anything, if you have questions while you have the control panel. If not, you can go ahead and give somebody else host. I want everybody to practice giving host to somebody else.
Okay. So, on here, where would I see the more button again?
Okay, so if you, do you see the control panel at the bottom
I do.
where it says mute, start video, whatnot? Is there a more button?
No.
What is it? Do you have a map?
It has mute, start video, security, participants, chat, share screen, record reactions and apps.
Okay. Do you have a Mac? Yeah.
No.
Okay. Under security, what does it say?
Lock meeting, enable, waiting room, hide profile, share screen, chat, rename, unmute, start video, share whiteboard.
Okay. Oh, the more button comes up after you share your screen. I was like, why isn't it coming up? The more button only comes up after you share your screen.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So if you want to, if you
If I
share
share
your
that,
screen,
okay, then it would, then yes, more comes up.
okay.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So
Now how do I get out of here?
now
Stop
you just
share.
press the stop share button.
Okay.
There you go. Now go ahead and give, if you don't have any other questions, give host to someone else. That way, so you're just gonna highlight a name and then it'll
Okay.
say host to whatever.
So up on the top where their names are,
So if you go into,
I'll go
So
into
if you-
participants.
yeah, if you go to participants
Gotcha.
and hover over
Okay.
it,
Okay, let's do the one that's next to me. Okay, and then it says ask to unmute.
no,
No?
there should be a more button. And then
Okay,
does
the
it say
line.
give host or something like that?
Make host, yes.
Yeah, so click make host.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now Selena. Selena is the host now. So Miss Selena, go ahead and take a look at what is on your screen. Let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. It
So it
just
looks
has the, yeah, the 1-star platinum, Miss Amy Moore.
Mhm. Yeah, so you're gonna have, so you're going to, your screen's gonna look fairly similar. The only difference is that on the bottom, you have a couple more controls. What I want you to do is, I want you to know how to, I want to make sure that you can share your screen. So at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
do you see where it says security, participants, chat, share screen,
Yes.
all of that? Okay, so go ahead and click share screen.
Okay, and then hit screen.
Yep, and then share. Perfect. So there's your screen share. So down at the bottom, you will now be able to see the tab that says more. You'll be able to see all of the other controls. Do you see them or no?
No, it's just
Click
the
on that
Zoom.
meeting control. It said meeting controls on the screen.
Okay,
down at
yeah,
the
I just
bottom.
had to click the, it's at the
Okay.
top.
Okay, so now does it say, it should have like participants, chat, more, security.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So then under, so those are going to be all of your tab or all of your buttons that you're going to have during a presentation that way, or during a training or whatnot. That way, that's where all of those are at. So now you
Okay.
can go ahead and click stop sharing. And then you're going to find the participants list.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the participant, it's going to show where it says, you're going to click more and then be able to give host to someone else.
Okay.
All right, Miss Brittany, it is your turn. You're the hostess with the mostest.
Oh no. Okay. Did you want me to share?
No, yeah, so I just
Okay.
want you to be comfortable, play with the buttons. You're the host. At least you're in a place where, you know, you can click on the different things and Just don't click leave meeting, right? That's the only one
Can you
we
see
want.
my screen?
I can see your screen. So then you can see all the buttons at the bottom. You guys
Oh,
no, you're fine. So were you able to see the buttons at the bottom, more all of that?
What the heck is happening? Okay. So for mine, as I'm sharing, yes, it pops up with my.
That's funny. I can actually see yours.
So I had this happen. Like I've done these one-on-ones with agents, and they could see my whole screen. So I'm wondering if it's because I'm on a Chromebook, or if it's a setting I have. I don't know why.
I mean, it's not going to be that big of a deal, except when you're doing a presentation, when you're sharing your screen, you're not going to be able to bring up the chat box, because if you click on chat.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see the chat box.
Yeah, so I've had a weird time when I've done like NAO. I'm pretty sure everybody watched me go back and forth and check the chat box.
If I might interject, Chromebooks unfortunately is known for its glitches, and that might be one of them. I do apologize, but I am very fair aware. That's why I stay away personally from that.
Yeah, so
I
have
click on host only. No, it's got to be a settings. Like, go to security real fast. It may be a setting in your Zoom, like in Zoom, how there's different settings and whatnot.
Right, but it happens even when I'm on Destiny's.
Oh, so it's like I wonder, so you'd have to go to like your
she may have
like
to
your-
go inside her
like-
laptop's settings itself and work on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise I have a computer I can do the presentations on. It would probably be nice if I could just verify when I'm on, if somebody else can see my screen like this or not, but.
No, that's fine. Just let us know and we can always hop on real fast and.
Okay. I mean, this would be perfect for you trying to show everybody what to do right now.
Yeah, it is. But okay, so you're going to go ahead and do more and then give host to someone else. All right, Mr. Ed, you are the hostess with the mostest now. Ed, are you there? Ed? All right, I don't know what Ed's doing, but I reclaimed host. Let me go ahead and all right. Tanya, I went ahead and gave you host so that way you can play with it.
Okay, forgive me for the background noise. All right. I should be decently familiar except for the small little old things. So let me go ahead and share screen and everybody, please let me know when you see anything. Unfortunately, I don't know why my computer likes to play slow when I do this.
It happens to all of us.
Okay, because usually I know once I see the green box around the screen, it should be sharing.
Yeah, it says starting to share. It takes some time. I know it happens even on my computer.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
All right. So you
So,
guys
yep.
you should be seeing my LinkedIn page then.
Yep. So there's your screen. You can share it, and then so you know how to share, and then
Mhm.
now that you're sharing, you should be able to see all of the other buttons.
Okay, let me bring this down. Okay, yeah, there's my security that I would see. There's that. Then of course my participants where I guess if I need to boot somebody out, that's where I would go to boot them out. Is through participants.
Yeah, you can click, like if you were to click on participants and then you would be able to see all the different names, and then you could either click remove or either remove or report.
Okay, yeah, because it's now, it's like I said, it's these little things about Zoom that I'm learning fresh.
Yep, that's what
So-
we're here for.
I mean, just the basic of using it. Yeah, I'm already there, comfortable with it and everything else. It's just the other little things that I needed to be made aware of. And like with changing my password, I knew there was a way to do it. I just wasn't sure, but thank God for YouTube. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was that simple. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's change that. And then, okay, so there's the pause if I was recording. And then there's my more button. Okay, and all those such as disable the annotation, hide names, share sound, which you said that's the backup. If I don't
Share
hit the,
So yeah, so if you forgot to click share sound when you shared your screen, then under more share sound is where you would go to share your sound.
okay, okay. And let's see. One thing I'm still trying to get myself familiar with this as well, being that I do, like I said, I work with a dual monitor system here. Now you said something about if I wanted a being full screen, pull it up, that was shift, 4 keys had to be hit.
Control Alt Shift H.
Control Alt Shift and H.
That's the, if you want the command keys to stay up.
Oh, and it just, yeah, it just made my little box up on the top disappear. No, I don't want, no.
So
come
then
back.
just press escape and then.
Yeah, I just
yep.
did. Okay, and the biggest thing I like about having the dual monitor window is I can pull my chat and keep it open while I'm in full screen on my second screen. So this is wonderful. So I can keep an eye on chat that way.
Yep.
Okay, so what else do I need here that I question? I know there's one more thing I'm trying to remember. Because I want to make sure I'm completely comfortable here once I do my tea meeting, starting next month on Sundays.
Well, and
Yes, honey, I'm sorry. I'll come to you later. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
it's fine.
busy.
No,
Talking to
you're
my
fine.
child. She's trying to talk to me.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and stop share and then
Okay.
go ahead and give me host back.
Okay. So that would be back.
Oh, wait, give it to
under-
Perla.
No,
I gave-
Perla?
Yeah, I haven't given host to Perla yet.
Okay, so I need to go open up my participant window again
And then go to Perla.
and just more. And then allow host or make
Make
host
host.
and just say yes.
And now
Oh.
Perla, you are host.
Hey. Okay, so let me see if when I share, because I was having the same issue as Brittany. I've done a few one-on-ones so far, and I'm assuming that they've been able to see like my Zoom. So let me see. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, yes, but I can't see any.
Oh, you don't see Zoom?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So never mind. I guess I didn't have that issue. Okay, cool. And then, do you see like the top bar at all? Like
Nope.
this? Oh, okay. All right. So never mind. I guess I thought I had that issue, but I didn't.
Yeah, no, sometimes people do and sometimes they don't. And it's, I don't understand, no rhyme or reason to it, but so.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then you don't see the chat either.
Nope, I don't see the chat either.
Okay, perfect. Cool. All right.
And then just go ahead and stop share.
Okay. Stop share. Okay.
And then you can give host back to me.
All right.
So hover over me and then more and then perfect.
Okay.
All right, you guys, any other questions when it comes to Zoom?
Oh, I do have a quick question, but it's
Okay.
not in relation to like how to navigate Zoom. It's just in general in terms of doing presentations and like different trainings and stuff that we kind of signed up to kind of
Hold on.
host.
Hold on one second.